Good evening, Americans. This is your favorite alien and Bubba here on Tuesday, November 5th. Well, here we are. Got to do a special commentary and called it The View. So here it goes. Well, Americans, you all watched The View this morning. Some of you on ABC. And this is what I'm saying about intransigent. The View is intransigent. This time it was Meghan McCain who was intransigent. Who did they have as a guest today? Oh, none other than Miss Hanoi Jane. Yeah, I remember her from my kid days. Jane Fonda. Remember Barbarella? And then the Vietnam disintegration there. And working for the North Vietnamese. Oh, yeah, so they say, right? Well, Meghan McCain, uh, before she came onto the thing, she left the set. Last week it was Ron Paul promoting his book, The Case Against Socialism. And then you had Joy Behar storming off the set. Ooh, really? Does that say something for those two ladies there? And you know that Whoopi Goldberg can be sometimes intransigent. What is wrong? You're supposed to be. That's why you got the view for different points of view here. And if you can't take it, you shouldn't be part of the people who run the show. I run across people every day who have vastly different points of view. I have people that call me a wetback, people that call me a communist, an illegal alien. Yeah, I've had those too. You know, everywhere through my life here, in the 40 years I've been on your planet, I had people that called me all kinds of different things because they were close-minded. And this is why we never saved your asses, because the people that were watching you for 5 years between 2030 and 35, when they put their report, if I would have put it in your language, I would say they would say that human beings, especially Americans, had, how did they put it? They would have put it something like, you had granite rocks for brains. You know how hard granite is. And that seems to be what you have a brain for Meghan McCain, and you have a brain for Joy Behar. Granted, it's been almost 50 years since the end of the Vietnam War, 1972, so 2022 it'll be 50 years. And Meghan McCain still holds the same dumb thing that they had back then. And remember, her father, even though he was a POW, it doesn't matter if you were a POW back then, you got spit on if you were in the service. And you guys who were in the Vietnam service know that. Everybody spit it on you. Why? Because of the political situation that you had here. And you just threw that under the rug. You had another war coming up, the Gulf War, 1 and 2, and you forgot about the Vietnam. Same as you forgot about the Korean guys. Those guys you don't talk about. Did they get spit on when they came back from Korea? Well, it was called a police action, remember? But Vietnam was a political war. Why? Because the Congress adopted the Gulf of Tonkin resolution in '64. They already started meddling in Vietnam in '61 under Kennedy with advisors, remember that? But when the destroyer USS Maddox got shot at by the North Vietnamese, well, the Gulf of Tonkin, that's what became the Gulf of Tonkin resolution. which plunged you into almost 10 years of undeclared war with a country that you didn't even declare it a police action. 58,000 people died. And then you had people on both sides. Jane Fonda on one side, and the administration and people from the military on the other. We gotta get the Charlies. Did you get the Charlies? No. Because the Vietnamese didn't want you in there in the first place. You had the Viet Cong. You had people in there that didn't want that war. Same with the Koreans, the South Koreans. Have they ever got to terms with you guys about the Korean War? No. It's like the Japanese. Have they came to terms with World War II? The generation that fought it did, and they didn't like what they saw. And for them, they were forever changed. Generations that came after, they could care less because they don't understand total war. Same with the Vietnamese. That was a nasty war in Vietnam. Worse than Korea. You had people that fought with everything. Kids blowing up people, wives, women going in there and blowing American servicemen or other Vietnamese. Vietnamese police officers putting people on the street and shooting them. So you see what I mean? That costs very much intransigent. And here we are close to 50 years later, and what have we got? Intransigent on the views from Meghan McCain and Joy Behar. Their views are so intransigent that you can never change them. Is this the way your society is going to be, America? So intransigent that you cannot change? Really? 50 years after a war? You know that in 1826, 50 years after the American Revolution, you had people. There's another fat cat Democrat here, messing up the detail. Hold on, Bub. No, it's just a fat cat, Bub. Bub, no, you can't go after it, Bub. Well, coming back to the story here, this is what I'm saying. You're so intransigent here. Just look at Meghan McCain and look at Joy Behar and The View. You know, all the other ladies on there are so intransigent too. Look at Whoopi Goldberg. She doesn't have an open mind for nothing. Is that what you called America today? So intransigent like that? Anyway, this is your favorite alien and Bubba, just pointing it out. Good day.